Hello and welcome to episode 7 of our Manor Lords Mercenaries only early access playthrough. We had a pretty interesting episode last time around. If you haven't watched it, please do go check it out. It involves these two sets of mercs here. It was interesting. We did a little bit of a ring around the rosy. We had to fend off a bandit attack. And I think we learned the hard way that it's better to buy mercenaries when you can than wait until the last minute and try and buy them. And then they're no longer available because Mr. Baron has taken all of them. So given that we have such a large treasury and our regional wealth is all right. What's our taxes at? Let's definitely pull this down. And we're doing good for food. So I keep that tied up for now. So yeah, we've got these guys at the moment. I'm going to keep them on hold. I was kind of waiting to see if we had any bandit camps coming up, but we haven't. I think I might keep them until the timer runs out. Then I might get rid of them. And I think if you buy them back, I think their numbers do regenerate. The main thing that you want to do, as far as I understand, so if I am wrong, please do correct me in the comments, but I do think you just don't want the whole unit to die. As long as some of them survive, they go away, they come and you buy them again, then there'll be a group of, I think it's 34 or 36. So I'm kind of happy with this. One thing it did make me wonder is whether we want to actually invest in some of the castle planning. Now, obviously, we're not going to use the retinue, so the garrison tower is kind of irrelevant for us. Tax office is purely cosmetic, so we don't need to worry about that yet. But maybe we want some outer towers, or maybe we want some walls actually that might that might help us a little bit. I'm not sure just yet, but I think what we need to do is our focus is going to be on, now that we've got barley here, but what we did end up doing in the last episode was going for this trading post, and we are actually importing some barley every time. I think it's offset by the import revenue that we're getting from, look, all those sidearms and warbows. And we do have some shoes as well. So I think that's absolutely fine. I want to keep an eye on that as well. That's generally good. I think 2 people on that for now is okay. We don't want to overhunt this, so I'm quite keen to pull those guys off. I really don't want that to go any further down. I think I'm going to take everyone off, just as a bit of a panicked approach. Let's see how we're doing. We've got quite a bit of iron slabs. I think maybe we paused some of this, didn't we? Blacksmith disabled, so let's get him up and running again. Let's throw a bunch of these guys into production. And how are we doing for everything else? So logs, we've got quite a lot of timber. Could always use more planks, so let's get someone on the saw pit. That logging camp's completely full, so maybe we just hold off on that for now. Let's get someone else in the forester camp though. Fuel is generally okay-ish. We've got a lot more charcoal than firewood, so maybe just for now I'll pull one off and put them on there. Logistically, I think we're doing perfectly fine. Not worried about that. How are we doing? We've only got a few hides. But ultimately our goal is to meet this tavern supply requirement. And I wonder actually if we want... Let's get another person on here and maybe they can help distribute some of this. What we need at the moment is we have a malt house which is turning the barley into malt. What we need then is a brewery, which is a house extension, which will then, so we can have a look here. So you can get a brewery for 5 regional wealth and 5 planks, which turns that malt into ale. And I think we can just build a little house either here Or we just... Oh, we've got a well there. And we don't have anything there. I think let's just build it. Let's build it along here. Doesn't need to be a big garden at all. It's only a brewery. I mean, we can even make that far smaller. Yeah, let's do it. I think there is good. We'll do just one house. So let's have that as the top priority. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of stuff in there. So the storehouse is what's gathering malt. And not the granary. So the granary deals with ale. Storehouse deals with malt. That's interesting. I may build another small storehouse then. In this direction. To me, it feels like it makes most sense, really. We build one. Let's just build one on that corner. We'll get the house up as a priority. I think maybe we'll take... so we've got 3 days on the bandits or the mercenaries that we've hired. I think I'm just going to let them go. I want them to regenerate. So we'll speed this up a tiny bit. We've got our blacksmith unpaused. Oh, they are in a mourning period. So this is something that was introduced in the patch after launch, where the household has suffered a recent loss and will not grow until the mourning period has ended. So I think that's okay for us. I mean, it's 10 days, so it's not really too long. But we do need to get this. First of all, we need someone to move in. We could actually just turn one of these into a brewery. Since it's close to this storehouse, we want one that has an extension. And more people can work on it. Let's just go for that, I think. We're going to want the extra... We're going to want the extra housing anyway. I mean, we're actually all pretty much at limit. So it's not wasted material. That's always good. I'm going to get someone off this. Okay, that is recovering a little bit, which is nice. We can upgrade that house as well. Get that upgraded. Let's just do that as a low priority. Like everything else to go ahead first. I mean, 47 timber. I can probably chill on that for a bit. Where is this forester hut working? Yeah, I think ideally over there would be good. And we keep that production of planks going. And I feel like I've almost lost a number of people. We don't need anyone on the farmhouse right now. So let's see if we can get that built. I think having this extra storehouse is going to be useful anyway. Oh, there's a fire started. This is why you need wells. So there's a well there. So brewery's under construction and a fire has started. They're rushing to put this out. I think they've got it contained. Yeah, oh wow, okay. That could have been bad. I'm very glad that we've got that well. So we've got one there. I know we've got another one over here. Don't underestimate, and I said this in one of my guides as well, don't underestimate how useful it is to have these just dotted around. They don't take up much space. They only cost, I think, 1 timber. Where is it at? Yeah, just get them. Just get loads of them. Just dot them around. Super useful. Come on, get that brewery done. Oh, we've got people that need to be buried as well. So we've got 2 families on the corpse pit. Speed this up. Come on, chaps. That's great. So no homelessness issue now because we have rebuilt that house. And they should all be working on the brewery side. So I'm really hoping in this episode, we've got loads of level 2 plots, got loads over here, and we've got a lot of the requirements. So 49 roof tiles available. Wanted to build up a good amount of planks. So actually I'm going to put that Fletcher's Workshop on pause once again. Keep our plank production going. And we want to upgrade so many of these to level 3s where we can. And we've got new mercenary companies available to us. Only the Wayward Sons, which is the ones that we just got rid of, actually. So we've got 45 cost for those. Don't see any bandit camps currently, so just leave those as they are. So there we go. There is our other storehouse fully built. We're slowly getting rid of these bodies. It's a real long effort for that. I think I might need to assign more people to that as soon as possible because it's just such a long mission to get that done. Always upgrade that. So we have 2 ale. So they are producing it. We just need to get this spread out. So it does say that we can access level 3 for this one, even though that isn't ticked. Maybe it's just lagging behind a tiny bit. These ones are all looking good. So that was our ultimate goal so that we can start doing this. I think let's upgrade this one to start with. And I don't really want to turn this into an artisan because I want all of these people busy doing stuff. So let's upgrade that to our first level 3 burgage plot. And we just need 3 here to get to from a large village to a small town. And then we can spend an additional development point. I think that's probably going to go into deep mining down here so that we can turn this into an endless pit of joy and iron ore. But we've still got quite a bit left on that. So we may actually want to turn that into something else. Maybe we want to go for orchards for some food variety. Maybe we want to go more on the trapping side and get more meat. We'll have a think about that one, I think. Don't want to rush into that. So they're slowly getting rid of those bodies. So still only looking at a very small, very, very, very small yield from these. Oh, only 15%. That is terrible. So I think we're going to need to go settle in Valplant soon. And we still only have that small mercenary company available. Any bandit camps popping up? Not just yet. And most of this unhappiness is coming from unburied bodies and taxation. So taxation isn't actually that bad right now. We just need probably a better marketplace. I could build another market down here, which feels a bit more central, but there are a lot of houses in this direction as well. But there are still free stalls over there. Would definitely love to get some bread in here. mean, eggs aren't great, but they do add a tiny bit. I mean, if I've got nothing, maybe it is just worth having something. Let's see if we can upgrade this nice row of plots next. So we'll prioritize that one. That's a medium. And we've got lots of food. Doing really, really well for food at the moment. Forager hut is smashing it. That is a vast majority of our food. Berries has fully recovered. So we're definitely good for timber. Let's take someone off of that for now. And let's put someone back on the hunting camp. Take someone off that and put someone on this hunting camp as well. I think more people we can... all these buried bodies issues, is that resolved now? Let's see what the people are doing. Transporting. Yeah, I think we could probably take these guys off. Unless I see that icon pop up again, I think we're good. So it's always nice to suddenly have a bunch of your resources back. I'm going to get all of these upgraded where I can. I am just going to put chicken coops. Or maybe hides would be good to sell. But I know they're not that beneficial really. But they do add just something in the back garden, and I think that's better than nothing for what we currently have for these small guys. Which is fine. I'm not going to go heavy on them. We'll let these 5 families do a lot of this constructing here. And did we take off... oh, we don't have heavy plows, so we don't need to worry about assigning that. Yeah, food and fuel are both looking great right now. Really pleased with that. And I think it's important to make sure we have a forester's hut working. Maybe don't need 2 on there right now. Get another on the iron. Yeah, could you probably use more on the saw pit. So they need more food supply. Interesting. So we still only have these wayward sons available. I'm a bit worried that the Baron may have just hired everyone else and we're not going to get anyone fresh available. I think that might be a thing. But let's keep going here. We need 2 more level 3 plots and then we get this new development point. Still got loads of ore in there. So I think I'll probably go for something else before that. I'm just trying to think what might be. Maybe a food cart would be good. And we get some passive income of bread. Permanent market stall which provides a passive income of bread as long as the region has enough regional wealth. The region does not pay the transport fee. Interesting. I don't know what the actual transport fee is. This might be useful. Trapping might be useful just... So our meat is generally the lowest. So we do still have good capacity here. You can see now that these are level 3 residences, they have up to 4 families in them, which is great for taxation as well. But I am very tempted here to go for trapping. Just that extra meat income for us. Foreign suppliers does sound quite interesting. If this just isn't a farming area for us, so I don't want to spend any development points on that really. I think just being very safe on the food side. Berries also weren't awful for exporting, if I remember correctly. 3 a pop. That's not bad. That's probably that's the second best really behind bread. I'll leave that on the back burner for now. Didn't realise we were paused there. And we've only got 1 family on fuel at the moment, but we've still got 20 months, which is plenty. 20 is plenty. Still no more bandits. I'm very keen to take that, but I know I'm going to incur the wrath of Hildebolt if we try and, God forbid, we claim a region uncontested. So let's speed this up even further. Got loads of sidearms and warbows to sell. So I'm still very pleased with that. And this is where we need the 4 food variety type. So it is worth getting eggs. We did have a little bit. But we could go into heavy plow just to get to bakeries. And with that, we could use our trading post to import wheat. But it's very expensive. We're doing okay. I mean, our regional wealth actually isn't making loads of money. I'm not quite sure why that's going down instead of up. We're selling a lot here. We've got... Maybe we need another person working this trading post just to move our goods. Hopefully these get built fairly soon. Yeah, I think that does take a while for those chickens to actually come into play. Lots of housing things still to be done. No one working the corpse pit, which is good. Can't be a very fun job. And we are out of season for berries, so let's take 2 off of that. And do you know what? I'm just going to have them work on construction of all these houses because it's taken a while. I only have 1 unassigned oxen. I reckon it's worth us building another hitching post, you know. Something I don't do often enough is build more of these hitching posts. I think that's a nice little spot for over there. There we go. And we have our new development point available. Where we put this is going to be quite interesting. We need 7 more houses to get to a medium town. I think we can get to that fairly quickly now that we're in this position. So I'm not going to put it into deep mining yet. I think the important thing is, well, first of all, we need 4 different types of food to keep these guys happy. So either we go into orchards and we start creating some crazy orchards, but we're not going to get that for a few years. I don't think honey is worth it. As I mentioned in one of my guides, apiary output is, in my opinion, fairly poor. So I'm torn between trapping, which obviously gives us more meat to distribute. But generally these guys have 3 and that seems to be enough. But 4 is quite a push. But getting all of that in is going to be a real pain. And we're okay on the clothing side because we've got linen and shoes coming in. So it's a real tough one because farming is just not doable really in this area. And I think, I mean, let's have a look again at the fertility for everything. I mean, Emma fertility isn't awful over there. But, I mean, it's really not, it's not going to sustain us, really. Might just put some farms over there just to see how we get on. Flax, terrible. Barley, even worse. Rye. I mean, it could be done. We could expand over there and get some rye in. But then we have to use 2 points. And remember, we get 6 points maximum. So maybe we go into apple. Then the next one we go into deep mining to unlock that before our rich deposit runs out. Because we can simply just upgrade that as soon as we have that. That means that we can get these orchards early. Start building those for a few years while we have this deep mining. Work towards that. And then we go for rye cultivation. It does feel like a very long-winded route. But I think we can go apples and then deep mining pretty quickly. But we're going to need to build a lot more houses to get the most out of those orchards, I think. I might just build more housing over here. If we know rye is good there. I mean, rye is... There's quite a lot of good area for rye. Maybe some more... Oh, we don't want to build around there because we don't want that. I think maybe on this side then. Wondering if... Maybe we have to get rid of that veggie plot and turn that into an orchard. These look like they might be good orchard spots. Okay, right. I'm going to commit to it. We're going to go orchardry. Then we're going to go deep mining. And then we're going to go up into rye cultivation. We're doing all right for meat. We've already got the policy. We have a rich deposit. We just need more people assigned to this to actually get the meat in for us. So I'm going to leave 3 people on that. Okay, so let's try this again. So a bit of a cut in the video there. I've had to restart the game 2 or 3 times now because every time I try and change these gardens from a veggie plot into a orchard when I get further in the game, it crashes the game. So we're not too far off exactly where I was a few minutes ago, so I'm going to just continue fast forwarding. So here we go. This is the development point I wanted to spend. So my idea is we're going to go into orchardry, then we're going to go into deep mining because we want to continue getting the most out of this rich iron deposit that we've got. And then we're going to go into rye cultivation because we have, if we look at our fertility, not great for emmer, flax or barley, but rye we do at least have some options. And that's going to give us some extra food variety as well and a bit of farming capacity. Not loads, obviously, because we won't have enough to go into heavy plow. And I don't want this to be a farming region. This is a trade and mining region. So we're just going to give ourselves a few more options. So I'm going to go for orchardry there. And we are going to build some extra housing over here. And just check where that rye fertility. So it's all down there. That's fine with me. Let's build some extra houses on the outskirts of town. Should I do 2 or is that enough? I don't really have a lot of experience building these orchards. Let's see how they get on. We've got quite a few houses upgraded here, which is really nice. And obviously that gives us more capacity per person, per resident. So we have up to 4 now, which is really good. You can really just see how much bigger these houses are with their extra expansion compared to these ones. So they're so worth it. And visually, I think they look best in the game. Our work area is empty. Who is that for? These guys. Okay, we'll take you off there. You are no longer needed, guys. You are free to do something else. So, which burgage plot was that that's just been built? Is it this one? I mean, that's far too small for an orchard. You can go for a chicken coop. I mean, they're definitely not the best, but I just, like I said, I'm just looking for variety here. And I think we reduce the amount of barley that we're buying. Quite like this to feel a bit more positive. At the moment, we are not really, we're definitely losing money. So I'm happy with the 10% tax. That should still be very sustainable. And we should be making a good amount of planks here as well. Let's fast forward even further. There we go. We've got plus 240 there. So I think we should build another hitching post in here. Where does that live? Here we go. It's a nice little cozy spot for it in there. That should be very, very quick to build. And I'm going to order a horse. And I'm tempted to upgrade that as well. And I'll get another oxen on top. So we've got these. I'm going to turn both of these into orchards. Obviously, they are quite expensive. 50 each. So we need to keep that in mind. And I'm wondering if we maybe need another market on this side of town. So we also have another bandit camp. Oh, it's again in Valbrand. I like that. Do we have Mercs available? Yes, we do. And they're available in this region. So they're going to be coming in soon. So I think in the next episode, we can take on yet another bandit camp. We can start pushing for these orchards to get some food variety. We've done really well to get these level 3 burgage plots up. And we've upgraded ourselves to a small town. We only need 6 more, which we can definitely do with the resources that we currently have. And then we can get lots more up into level 3 plots and move into medium town and unlock this deep mining development point. So thank you for sticking with it. Thanks for watching. And I hope you're enjoying the series so far. I'm definitely going to keep going until we can take down Hildebolt with Mercs only. So hope to see you in the next one. And thanks again.